Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Falcon number 012727-000-30. This is an emergency tool is what it is. And admittedly, I know as the time I'm making this video very early in the year 2020, this is a discontinued product, but I wanted to archive the information about this item. Overall length, about 3 7/16. From what I understand, this is for the M series locks, but I would imagine it would work for. It could work for the like their occupancy indicator, the D271 or whatever it was before. I forget the predecessor part number, D600. I just forget the width of the tool. 0.254 right here, 0.254, then it tapers down a little bit. So let's see if we can find some supporting documentation just for archival purposes. Let's switch to the screen view. Okay, so this is the item that we're looking at, and do have a factory original image here, or who knows, maybe I took these images once upon a time, I don't recall. Link to the manufacturer's page is here, but first let's copy that part number. Is there a service manual? Lots of them. So let's look at that deadbolt service manual first and see if it does come up here. It doesn't. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That emergency key looks like this one here. They do have a modified version of what we're looking at, this with this extra tip on it. You know, and certainly that's going to be for those functions of deadbolts that, you know, like that occupancy indicator would be a version. You know, this unit here, the D271, and that key would fit right inside of here. So this unit is not for the D series at all. Let's take a look at the T series service manual. Oh, I think it is. Yeah, it is listed in the T series. No, it's not for a T lock. It's for the M series. Okay, so let's just skip to the M series and pull that up. Yeah, it was for the... Yeah, it's for that M series, which has been replaced by the MA series. And they do not have that emergency key. Listed at all. Okay, so our emergency key was just exclusively for, from what I can tell, the M series that discontinued mortise lock from Falcon that you can no longer get from the factory. Certainly, you might be lucky enough to find some old inventory somewhere, but this is going to be used on the M301, which was a privacy, and the M311. The M301 is latch bolt by knobs or levers, except if the deadbolt's thrown. The M311 would have been emergency egress. So that would have been the preferred method, as far as I'm concerned, of using that lock. So that's where this is coming into play, and it occurs nowhere else that I can discover. Since we're on the link to the manufacturer's page, we'll wrap up this video, but first, that link to the manufacturer's page will allow you to review not only all of the Falcon products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog, and several other encyclopedic documents, like I've been referencing. The service manuals, there's a Legion technical manual here. I'm sure there is a template list here somewhere, I would like to think. No, I don't see templates for Falcon, so we'll investigate that and see if we can come up with a master template index. Manual master index, that's awfully nice. Okay. Let's wrap up this video on camera. Okay, so as I had said earlier, just making this video to archive this information, obviously from the old M or LM. I knew it as the LM series, but the old M series mortise locks discontinued. Sometimes we have some of that stuff laying around. I was able to fulfill a client who had an ACSI electrified mortise lock, a Falcon lock that was converted to electric. I'm not sure what it was. Was it a request to exit switch or some sort of electrification? You know, obviously electric latch retraction is probably what it was. And that the trim broke. And he had a DG, the Dane Gala trim, the Dane lever. I had a QG, the Quantum, the curved and stainless. You know, that old M series lock. You know, how badly do you have to have the Dane lever? Well, when it comes to replacing an entire mortise lock body that's been electrified, all of a sudden the curved Quantum doesn't look so bad. Anyway, I'm partial to Falcon, and it's because I'm familiar with their part numbers. Back in the late 90s, 95 to 2000 or so, we stocked a lot of Falcon and distributed it. And as a result, I became quite familiar with not only the part numbers, but the quality. So I've always been a fan of the quality of the Falcon lock. However, there's a more important reason why I'm personally partial to Falcon. And I would not argue with someone that they don't make the best lock in the world. I mean, that's quite subjective. But they sure do have some good customer service. And that goes back a long ways back. In about 1992, when I was teaching myself how to pin small format interchangeable core, literally self-taught, self-teaching, I called Falcon in California. And I talked to someone at tech support. And the gentleman there was incredibly willing, capable, and patient, who taught me how to do it over the phone. I went and did what he said, and it all made sense. It didn't work. Like, oh, he was so patient. I don't want to really take up this fella's entire day. But I had studied. I was not like, tell me how to do it. I needed to just get some primary points pushed through. I did something wrong, and I now know what I did. I created my change key and my control key with the same interval, with the same difference between my control cut and my change key cut, so that I was having a problem of moving both shear lines at once, the control lug shear line and the operating shear line. Called the gentleman back, and he says, okay, that's an easy one. So the people at Falcon literally helped me learn how to pin interchangeable core once upon a time. So I'm partial to that technical support back from 1991 all the way to 2020. They do a great job. They're under the Allegion umbrella. Their sister companies are Schlage, LCN, Von Duprin, Ives, Glenn Johnson, Zero, formerly Monarch, of course, Doramatic. So they're great quality people. In fact, I just got off the phone with tech support at LCN just 10 minutes ago, looking for the screw from the forearm to the bracket in the header of the LCN 330 series, discontinued who knows when, 1998, 2008, I don't know. He did the research. I sent an email. They did the research. They had one in their trophy room. The thing had been discontinued for so very long. They're like, listen, give me your address. I will ship this to you. We don't need it anymore. And the reason that's great is because I've got a client who has a building full of these door closers that you can't get a screw for, concealed in the door. A very unique preparation in the header. And here is the Allegion technical support people saying, we will do all that we can. Short of a time machine, they did everything that they could. If you have any questions on the Falcon 012727-000-30 or any other Falcon product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.